I'm so excited to talk to you about my more or less quilt project. I started with a simple pieced quilt top and a spool of thread. I have 10 inches of black fabric, 1 inch of green, and 5 inches of white fabric, and I have a spool of WonderFil FabuLux thread. It is a 40 weight, 3-ply tri-lobe polyester, and this is a new color. It's called Olive Trees. I wanted to see how the thread looked on the white fabric, the green fabric, and the black fabric. It shows up almost as a solid green on the white fabric. It blends in nicely in the green fabric, and it almost looks like a metallic gold on the black fabric. I quilted this on my Sweet 16, and I used a long arm quilting template, this one here, to quilt the spine for the feather, and then I put some swirly feathers around it, echoed it using the 1/4 inch foot of my Sweet 16, and then I filled in the background with bubbles. I quilted some ribbon candy in the stripe, and then when it came to quilt in the black area, I wanted to quilt some diamonds, so I again took a long arm quilting template, quilted some straight line diamonds here. When I stitched the diamonds, there was a channel in between, so I filled it in with ribbon candy and put some stars in the middle of the diamonds. To handle the transitions on the edges of the diamonds, I did some pebbles on the left side and the right side. That's my first more or less quilt. I learned a lot about how the thread works on the fabric, but if you've ever worked on a quilt and said, "Oh, that's pretty good, but I would like to do something different next time," I did that with this quilt too. What I would like to do different next time, or so I thought when I finished the quilt, was work on this transition area here. I don't like the way the diamonds went to the pebbles, went to the ribbon candy. So I pulled out another piece of fabric, pink fabric, white fabric, black fabric, and a spool of thread called In the Pinks, again FabuLux from WonderFil. I took my same long arm quilting template and quilted a spine. I quilted swirled feathers on the spine. I echoed it with my 1/4 inch foot, and I quilted pebbles in the background. But this time I had stitched a 1/4 inch line away from the pink stripe on either side, and I like how it transitions from the ribbon candy to the pebbles with just a little bit of breathing room in there. I think it defines it better. I did the same thing on the black side and went straight into the diamonds. This time I managed to transition the diamonds so that they went directly up against the line on the left and against the binding on the right. And I'm really happy with how this quilt turns out. I plan on doing more of these. I already know what I want to do different next time, but I wanted to share with you my progress from my more or less quilt number 1 to my more or less quilt number 2. And you can see the differences right here in the transition. Stay tuned for what more or less quilt number 3 will look like. I'll give you a hint. The thread is called Majestic Sunrise.